Making a move, more than 400 mid-Missouri kids get tagged out at Mizzou.
Cattle farmers face more than just rising prices in mid-Missouri.
I'll have the new developments in the fraud case a regional supermarket faces. KOMU 8 News at 6 starts now.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
New developments on the credit card and debit card fraud at Schnucks from earlier this year as the Missouri Attorney General gets involved. Good afternoon, I'm Brittany Pieper.
And I'm Jim Reek. Thanks for joining us. Missouri Attorney General Chris Costa remained very tight-lipped today about the involvement in the investigation. KOMU 8's Marie Mandelberg is at the Schnucks Live in Columbia with the few details she could get from Costa.
Well, Brittany and Jim, this Schnucks was one of the stores compromised by the credit card and debit card fraud. In all, hackers got about 2.4 million credit card numbers from Schnucks stores from December 2012 to March 2013. The company says the hackers introduced a malicious code into Schnucks' computer system, which took the transaction information. Reporting live in Columbia, Marie Mandelberg, KOMU 8 News.
It's been a pretty nice day all through mid-Missouri. We had some sunshine this morning and clouds this afternoon, but not before we topped out at 71 very comfortable degrees today as you look at live Doppler 8 First Alert radar. More on the forecast coming up for you on KOMU 8 News at 6.
Dave, thank you very much. A Columbia gymnastic program will meet in a few hours to brainstorm its future. That's because the Tiger Academy has to move out of its space at MU.
KOMU 8's Eric Hilt shows how supporters of the academy are reacting to the change. Eric?
Students call the school TAG, a place that's held gymnastics classes for mid-Missouri kids with the help of MU since 1980. But earlier this month, MU told TAG it would no longer be able to rent the university's Tiger Performance Complex starting in August. Little gymnast. I posted on that Facebook page to reach out to supporters, but the administrator deleted my post. The school's director, Amy Butler, also refused to talk to me about this story. Supporters will meet tonight at 7 o'clock at the Hampton Inn on Stadium.
American Airlines in the city of Columbia announced today the air service revenue guarantee was invoiced for $0 for March 2013. American Airlines representatives say load factors and yield on flights to and from Columbia Regional Airport continue to be high. In a statement, Columbia City Manager Mike Mathis says this news validates all market demand studies based on the decision-making process. American Airlines began flying out of Columbia to Dallas and Chicago in February of this year. New tonight, Jeff Tran services will continue even in the afternoon. We first told you about this story earlier this month. The city was considering suspending service during afternoon hours. Now Jefferson City is canceling a May 6th hearing on that proposed suspension of service. Officials with the city released a statement this evening saying funding had been restored to the transportation option. Earlier this month, city officials proposed a budget cut to Jeff Tran due to the lack of funding.
If you use Wilkes Boulevard to get around, you'll need to find a new route this week. Wilkes is closed between College Avenue and Hickory Street. Crews have detours marked around the construction. The road should reopen to drivers by Friday afternoon. City Railroad crews are upgrading the tracks that run across Wilkes. They began digging up the old tracks today, which will be replaced. The project is part of Columbia Water and Light's ongoing maintenance with roads and railroad crossings.
Neighbors told us today they do not want to lose a landmark tree in their area, but that's exactly what's about to happen near Garth Street and Stewart Road. The city plans to remove a large American elm tree at risk of damaging property and hurting residents. Some residents complained to the city about the dangers the tree posed to pedestrians following this winter's heavy snowfall, but other residents feel trimming the tree's branches back would be a better alternative. The Columbia City Council will review a report about the tree on May 6th.
A semi-tractor trailer carrying sodium hydroxide leaked onto Waco Road outside the Kraft plant in Columbia this morning. A company called TransX owns the truck. Firefighters and work crews from Kraft contain the substance within. U.S. Environmental, a company out of Fulton, will be responsible for the rest of the cleanup. No injuries were reported. The spill did not slow Kraft's operations inside.
Public safety was the topic of concern aboard trains in Jefferson City today. Union Pacific Railroad police and law enforcement met at different railroad crossings to observe motorist behavior at the crossings. At all crossings, there are signs to alert drivers of oncoming trains, and these trains also use horns to get drivers to stop. The problem is collisions between cars and trains still happen. According to Union Pacific Police, there were 3 accidents in Jefferson City in 2012, and the Federal Highway Administration reports there were nearly 1,900 incidents at highway crossings nationwide in 2009. One locomotive engineer says it is very difficult for trains to slow down for cars that do not pay attention to the signals.
You see a lot of people go around the gates, and sometimes they don't even look. They just, they come up to them, just keep right on going. I've had some close calls. I've never hit anybody, but I've had some real close calls.
The Federal Highway Administration urges motorists to take extra caution when they approach railroad crossings. The Mississippi River is on the way down at some hard-hit Midwestern towns. The National Weather Service reported on Monday that the river crested in the town of Louisiana, Missouri, although the river is falling in Hannibal after reaching 12 feet. Despite this, the river is still rising from St. Louis on south. Among the communities expected to see major flooding is Cape Girardeau. That town is expected to see flooding above 10 feet above flood stage there around midnight on Thursday.
A Williamsburg man who spent a month running from authorities will spend 25 years behind bars for sex crimes. A judge sentenced Sean Price today for statutory sodomy. Price was convicted in January of a sexual encounter with a 7-year-old back in 2008. Price missed his original sentencing hearing before turning himself in. Missouri consumers are being offered a temporary break on the state sales tax of energy-efficient appliances. The 5th annual Show Me Green sales tax holiday runs through Thursday. It removes the 4.2% state sales tax on dishwashers, air conditioners, other appliances that carry the Energy Star label. The agency says 11 counties and 51 cities are also taking part, meaning buyers will be spared the local sales tax as well.
Grocery shoppers may notice how expensive beef is. Cattle prices are increasing, but so is the number of people stealing cattle.
KOMU 8's Ashley Arp shows us Missouri farmers are trying to prevent those thefts.
Mark Pierce lives on his family farm in southwest Missouri. Ashley Arp, KOMU 8 News, Lawrence County.
If you have any information or you would like to report a theft, you should contact the Missouri Rural Crimes Task Force.
A local business looking to fulfill its dream.
Right. Taking a national approach to get off the ground floor.
And after a couple of dry days, it looks like some more rain moving in, probably late this evening and through the day tomorrow. We'll check it next on KOMU 8 News at 6.